I want a letter from the board saying I have no liability because of those yellow posts.
2013 budget, general motion, Elizabeth second for motion on budget be approved as written. Budget was open to discussion. We discussed the increase of $8 for the San Simeon and a decrease for the D. Horton and the reasons why.
A question on security.
Question.
Increase in
And
security.
then there's 47.
Any other questions about the
Okay,
budget?
answer your question, Bill.
Well, I can see where we need to spend some money, but I just don't know, and that's the final answer.
So that, the reason,
And then, any other questions on the budget?
yeah, the reason that they're getting a lower maintenance rate, all right, is because they didn't pay into the reserves, right? They were excluded from the reserves.
They're no longer paid.
Oh, wait a minute, excuse me, last year they paid into the reserves?
They paid into the reserves.
Well, this is last year's proposed budget, prepared by James Rowe right there, and it says excluded, painting and roofing excluded from the reserves for D.R. Horton. Right here, James, all right? And then on top of it, make things worse, when you get to our portion, instead of we were supposed to pay a maintenance fee of $231.66, and when the book came out, it was $237.73. So it increased almost $8 over the proposed budget. It's right here if you want to look at it.
Beat your ass. Okay, I don't have the records.
I got them right here. You want to look at them? They're from you.
But how does that affect
Right,
what
folks.
we're going to implement for 2013 budget?
What? How's that? Because what you're really doing, I think, is lowering the maintenance fees to sell the rest of D.R. Horton's units, like you've been doing since the day you moved in here.
Absolutely not.
It's not.
That's exactly the reason you want lower maintenance fees to make sales.
6 sales,
To increase sales, to make sales for D.R. Horton.
there's 6 left.
Pardon?
There's 6 left to sell.
Are you saying?
There's 6 left now, yes.
2013 budget for D.R. Horton is incorrect, inconsistent, that you don't agree with the numbers?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, here's what we were basing, okay? Here's what we were basing your budget on, all right? Starting January 1st, it says, 292C, let's see, 122 Levin & Sons units, when there are actually 131 units, all right? And 97 D.R. Horton. Right here.
There's only 88.
I know there isn't, but for 3 years, almost 4 years, he based it on 122, and I got all of the reports. Now, what does that do? It makes the higher maintenance rates for Levin & Sons. Lowers the rates for sales. I rest my case. I got all the records, believe me. I can back it up.
My question was, how does that affect your position on whether the number for 2013 for the D.R. Horton units, is that incorrect or is it correct?
Whether it should be for D.R. Horton? I have no idea.
I understand you have issues with the past, Joe. I'm asking, do you have an issue with what the budget is set for 2013 or not? Yes or no? Good or bad?
I'll reserve my judgment until I can get better.
Well, you're the one that wanted to make a comment and bring it up.
No, I'm talking about in the past. I'm talking about in the past. Why, you saying that they paid into the reserves in 2012. This says they didn't. By Mr. James Rowe there.
I don't have the record.
Okay, so
James, you want to see it?
we haven't learned a lot about Mr. Everett.
I don't know what
Do you want to see it?
Okay.
Then you're basing the lower rates on that fact. So yeah, I have a problem with it. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm not going to say until I have an accountant. I got an accountant friend of mine. I'll have him look at it.
Did the rates go down or go up from 2012 to 2013?
Pardon?
Did the rates go down or did they go up?
Ours went up. What, 2012 to 2013, ours went up almost $8. Theirs went down $32. Okay? Explain the $32 to me. There was $32, each one over there was paid $32 extra into the reserves in 2012? Is what you're saying.
Yeah, but your accusation is that I did it for marketing purposes.
No, I'm thinking that's the reason. You've been doing this for 4 years. You've been sticking it. Hey, let me ask you this, David Langout. Why did you change our HOA docs?
Joe,
Okay?
this is a
Just sit
budget
there.
hearing, this
Why
is not-
did you change our HOA docs so you could screw us out of a couple $100,000? I bet you that's at
Okay.
least as much. How much have you, has Coulter Homes paid into the
We have
association?
a motion on the floor.
How much has
We have a
Coulter
motion on
Homes
the
paid
floor
into the
right now.
association, Langout?
We have a motion on the
How
floor.
much?
Joe, that's enough. Please. Okay.
Well, I'm pissed. It's
Joe,
my money too.
Joe, it's my money, it's everybody's money here. We're holding a meeting, we don't need this off first, we'll call the order right now.
All right,
Thank
I'll take a
you.
break.
Anyone have any comments or questions?
Any other comments or questions?
Budget?
The man's got a right to an answer.
Yes, he does, but he doesn't have a right to take over the meeting either.
No.
Now, what we're discussing, if there's a budget in here, that's what we're doing,
Wants an
sir.
answer, he should get one. If you think they're all smart, everybody else doesn't know anything, that's not the case.
Nobody's implied that.
Yeah, well, that's what I see. You don't have to look at it, I see it.
Okay, the motion on the floor. Are there any other questions, anybody? Okay, motion, call motion. Call motion.
My motion ready.
Okay.
Elizabeth seconded. That be approved as written.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2/3 budget has passed. All right, we're going to discuss old business, new business. One of the old business is the gate codes. We've been in touch with Sunvest and the current gate company, and we are now able to obtain